I'm not the kind to kiss and tell. I've been seen with Farrah. But I'm going to tell you about one of the greatest television shows of the 80s, The Fall Guy. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junk Man, coming back with another video for you. We're going to take a pause here and not talk about Star Wars or Star Wars toys. What are we going to do? Another classic television review. Instead of looking at a pilot episode, this time we're going to talk about the series in whole. And we're going to talk about Lee Majors' classic, The Fall Guy. Before we get started with that, as always, if you want to support this channel, head over to patreon.com. We got a lot of exclusive content. Thank you for enjoying it. It really supports the channel and makes me make better videos for you. Also, if you want to support this channel another way, head over to thatjunkman.com and buy some cool t-shirts. Now let's talk about one of the shows that has the greatest theme songs in history, The Fall Guy.
I've never been with anything less than a 9, so fine.
A lot of people talk about the 80s classic like The A-Team, Magnum P.I., or Knight Rider, but I very seldom hear people refer to The Fall Guy. It's one of those best 80 dramas of the 80s. The show premiered on Wednesday night on ABC, November the 4th, 1981. The show stars $6 Million Man himself, Lee Majors, and co-star Douglas Barr as his lovable sidekick Howie, who Lee Majors' character Colt Seavers often referred to as Kid. Also starring on the show was the beautiful stunt woman Heather Thomas. Joined the show after the first season was Markie Post as the Bell's bondswoman who would give Colt Seavers some of his cases. Markie Post would leave in the final season so she could star in the NBC hit Night Court. So what was this show about? Well, Lee Majors played, as I said, Colt Seavers, a Hollywood stuntman that made Eastwood look so fine during the day, and at night he would do his second job as a bounty hunter. Can you think of any cooler thing than that? Part-time Hollywood stuntman and part-time bounty hunter. He would usually use his knowledge of movies' practical effects to find murderers and crooks. During the first season of The Fall Guy, Colt Seavers would explain the life of a Hollywood stuntman. This voiceover of Colt Seavers telling about his life was intercut with stock footage from classic Hollywood movies, where audience would assume the stunts being shown in these Hollywood movies was Colt Seavers. But however, this voiceover at the beginning of the show was dropped for the second season. Now let's talk about one of the greatest TV theme songs of all time.
Well, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. I've never been with anything less than a 9, so fine. I've been on fire with Sally Field, gone past with a girl named Bo, but somehow they just don't end up as mine.
The song is known as the Ballad of the Unknown Stuntman and was written by the Diamonds' lead singer, Dave Somerville. The song was actually written for another TV show about a stuntman that never got picked up. However, about a year later, Somerville was on vacation in Hawaii with his friend, television producer, Glenn Larson. After a night of hanging out in Hawaii, Larson wanted to hear his friend sing a song. He went to his guitar case, pulled out his guitar, and what song did he have in his case? Only one, and that was the Ballad of the Unknown Stuntman. Hearing the song, TV producer Glenn Lawrence loved it and started brainstorming ideas for a television show about an unknown stuntman. The two pitched this show to ABC, and just 5 minutes into the pitch, ABC gave it the green light. As for the song itself, during the opening credits, it was performed by Lee Majors himself, who would even release a longer version of this in 1984. What I love about this show is it never took itself too seriously. The show would often make inside jokes about other movies and actors, and even Lee Majors would poke fun at himself or his previous famous role as the $6 Million Man. The theme song's opening line has a little inside joke about Lee Majors. It starts off with "I've been seen with Farrah." He means Farrah Fawcett. Well, at the time, Lee Majors is his wife, and they were going through a nasty divorce at the time. But Farrah Fawcett actually showed up in the pilot episode to kind of show the world that, yes, they were going through a divorce, but it wasn't as nasty as the tabloids made it seem. Throughout the season, famous guest stars would appear on the show, sometime as herself and sometime as characters, such as the Bionic Woman herself, Lindsay Wagner, the Incredible Hulk star Lou Ferrigno, and even a young, very young, Joaquin Phoenix.
What's the matter, kid?
Some bikers came along and broke our kite.
Also a very young Jack Black.
Somebody's coming. Let's get out of here.
Something interesting, the writers of the show seemed to not like classical music. Whenever someone on the show liked classical music, they turned out to be the bad guy. The show moved to Thursday nights in 1984 and had to compete against Magnum P.I. and The Cosby Show. These were two of the biggest shows in 1984, so as you can guess, The Fall Guy was no match. So what did ABC do? They moved it again, this time to Saturday night. Saturday was a bad time for television, as most people were out having fun on a Saturday night, not staying home to watch network television. So the show failed to make it into the top 60 for the week. So ABC had a great plan. Let's take it off for Saturday and move it to Friday, the second most unwatched day of the week. That was 1986 and its final season. ABC canceled The Fall Guy along with some of their other primetime shows such as Ripley's Believe It or Not, one that I personally love watching myself, He's the Mayor, and one of the most loved comedies of the 80s, Benson. However, ABC did have plans to win back viewers. Their plan? They hired Lucille Ball to star in Life with Lucy. It lasted 8 episodes. Now, I recently watched a few episodes because I haven't really sat down and watched this in years. And it's a little more silly than I remember it being. But like I said, the show never really took itself seriously, and the silly's kind of fun. Kind of in that vein of a Cannonball Run film, where you can tell where the actors are just there to have fun, and they also is not taking it too seriously. And there's some bad special effects, such as Colt Seaver's skydiving, where you can tell it's just Lee Majors in front of a green screen, laying down with his arms out and a fan blowing in his face.
All I have to do is glide right to the airplane to save Robert Wagner. I can make it. What, you mean me? I need to be saved? Oh, I'm coming in too fast. Howie, slow down. I'm coming in too fast.
So overall, does this show hold up today? Well, I wouldn't say it holds up as something as serious as Magnum P.I. But if you're looking for pure fun, silly humor, and just something that feels like it's the 80s, then I think you'll enjoy The Fall Guy. It will entertain you, that's for sure. If you like to watch car wrecks and stunts and silly humor, then you'll love this show, trust me. As for the future of The Fall Guy, well, there was a rumor that Dwayne Johnson was going to bring it to the big screen playing Colt Seavers. I think at times they just throw Dwayne Johnson's name on something, throw it out to the public, and see what kind of reaction they get. If they were to do a Fall Guy movie, I hope they don't take it too seriously and keep some of the humor. But do we really need a Fall Guy movie? So what happened to the cast of The Fall Guy? Well, we all know what happened to Lee Majors. He went on to sell hearing aids on late night television.
Hello, I'm Lee Majors. Most of you remember me as the $6 Million Man. Those physical abilities were enhanced by bionic technology. Now I'm here to introduce the Lee Majors Bionic Rechargeable Hearing Aid.
So what happened to Howie, Douglas Barr? Well, he showed up on a lot of episodes of Designing Women, after that just appearing on shows here and there like Murder, She Wrote and CBS After School Specials. In 1998, he started Hollywood and Vine, a high-end wine producer in Napa Valley. As for Heather Thomas, well, like most people in the 80s, she got addicted to cocaine during the run of The Fall Guy, but did enter rehab during the show's run. In 1986, shortly after the cancellation of The Fall Guy, Heather Thomas was struck by a vehicle while crossing a street in California. She seriously injured both her legs, but after about a year she was fully recovered. And in 1998, she gave up acting, and in 2008 released her first novel, Trophies. Well, that's a look at The Fall Guy. I love this show. Did you? Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this show. If you've never seen it, check it out. I think you will enjoy it. Well, thank you for watching this video. As always, to support this channel, head over to patreon.com. Links in the description below. And I'll be back very soon with a whole new video.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.